Hello, class. I hope you all had a good weekend. I know many of you were active and took the quiz as well as turned in your research paper. So congratulations to everyone who was able to successfully complete their first week of e-learning. I appreciate all of your cooperation, and we will continue to learn this material. I wanted to take a chance and give all of you the answers to the Chapter 10 quiz. So here they are. The government of Bolivia passes a law stating that no U.S. dollars are allowed to enter the country. Americans traveling to Bolivia, therefore, may not bring dollars with them, nor may anyone else bring dollars into the country. All dollars have to be exchanged for the Bolivian domestic currency at any border crossing, airport, or train station. Laura, a U.S. citizen, filed a lawsuit against Bolivia in a U.S. court challenging the legality of this law. Laura most likely will A, not prevail because of the act of state doctrine. So I hope you guys got that one right. And number 2, GEO, an American company, agreed to sell copper electric cables to a state-owned company in Nigeria. GEO was given very specific manufacturing requirements and had to invest in new machinery to meet the requirements. Once the order processed, the Nigerian electric company repudiated or canceled the contract and then claimed immunity under the Foreign Sovereigns Immunity Act. However, GEO might prevail in court because D, Nigeria is engaged in strictly commercial activities. And number 3, Blue Diamond, a U.S. corporation, signs a sales contract with Ferrers S.A., a French company, in which Blue Diamond agrees to sell Ferrers $15,000 worth of almond milk. This is an example of B, direct exporting. Number 4, Delicious Donuts, an American company, signs a contract with Olivia to use its secret recipes to produce and sell donuts in Romania. Olivia is required to protect the secrecy of the recipe and to pay Delicious Donuts a percentage of the income generated by the Romanian company. The type of business arrangement Olivia and Delicious Donuts have is most likely C, a license. And number 5, the U.S. government decides to charge $1.50 on every TV that is imported into the country. This policy is C, a legally permitted tariff. Number 6, Weitung, a Chinese firm, manufactures automobiles. In order to get a foothold in the American market, Weitung sells its cars for several $1,000s below what it charges in China. Weitung. So it's selling its cars at less than fair value. And so they might be subject to A, anti-dumping duties imposed on its imports. Number 7, Electronic Imports, a U.S. company, enters into a contract with E Manufacturing, a company based in China. The company signed an agreement with an arbitration provision that in the event of any disputes, the matters will be arbitrated in the U.S. An issue arises that causes E Manufacturing to breach its agreement with Electronic Imports, and E Manufacturing files suit in a court in China. Electronic Imports would rely on which of the following to enforce its arbitration provision in the agreement? That would be B, the New York Convention. And number 8, Guacamole Inc., a U.S. food company, has signed a contract with Green Inc., a Mexican company, where Green will provide certain raw materials to guacamole. If a major dispute arises between the U.S. government and Mexico, so that U.S. government forbids the imports of any Mexican goods, what provision in the contract will excuse guacamole from performing duties under the contract? That would be C, force majeure clause. Habib is an Arab prisoner, and he's being held in the U.S. prison. Another prisoner, Aham, attacks and seriously injured Habib. Habib's family in Saudi Arabia wants to file a lawsuit in U.S. court against the American company that operates the prison for negligently allowing Habib to be injured. If Habib's family wishes to file suit alleging a violation of a U.S. treaty, they may be able to bring a lawsuit under the Alien Tort Claims Act. And finally, number 10, Kosak, a U.S. company, has a contract with Coprica, a Czech company, where Kosak will buy ink supplies from Coprica for its photocopying business. Kosak does business using U.S. dollars. Coprica does business using Czech koruna. The exchange rate for dollars and koruna is set by D, the forces of supply and demand. So I hope you all did well on the exam, on the quiz. And those that you missed, I hope you understand. If you don't, please reach out to me by email or by the phone number that I provided, in which you can call or text me. Thank you.